Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me today at the Winningdustry Summit, a student leadership podcast. My name is Michelle Harris. I am the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion and Public Relations Senator for Student Government Association at Pikes Peak State College 2024-25. Thank you for joining me today. I'm very happy that you're here today. The title of today's podcast will be 9 AI-centered transferable skills. These are things that are not really being talked about yet because there's not really a lot of information about them and what these soft skills entail and how they are defined and how they are being utilized. So that is what I would like to do here today. This is my goal today, to define and identify, give you some examples of what these skills are and how you can garner them, how you can win them, and how you will be able to document them on your resume once you gain the skill. Okay. Disclaimer, first of all. This podcast is educational, informational only. Always adhere to Pikes Peak State College's policies regarding the use of AI. We do not condone plagiarism, copyright infringement, or any unethical uses of AI and the information garnered from its use. Again, welcome student leaders to the Winningdustry Summit, a student leadership podcast. I am your host, Michelle Harris, and I am pleased you have decided to join me today. This session is being recorded for future use. I am a student studying medical assisting, and I hold several prominent positions at Pikes Peak State College. Firstly, I am, again, the DEI and Public Relations Senator for Student Government Association. Secondly, I am the president of Future Business Leaders of America, FBLA, and I am a member of the BSU, or Black Student Union, as well as Phi Theta Kappa, which is PTK. I am a certified prompt engineer who has created over 100 tools, chatbots, prompt apps, and more. I have also written a book, I am self-published and my book is entered into our collegiate library at Pikes Peak State College and will be available to all students very soon. This past summer, I participated and attended the National Leadership Conference for Future Business Leaders of America, and I won 10th place in the nation for Foundations of Entrepreneurship. And lastly, I am the founder and president of my company called Bookshelf AI Publishing Solutions, LLC. The subject for today's podcast is 9 AI-centered transferable skills. Allow me to briefly explain the purpose of this podcast. My goal for today's podcast is to help prepare students for a world where, according to studies, 77% or more of businesses have reported to adopting at least one AI capability in its processes and or products. I have an article here, how businesses are using artificial intelligence in 2024. And the main reason that businesses are starting to utilize AI in a heavy incline is for return on investment on. They use it for cybersecurity and fraud management. They use it to affect their web traffic. They use it for content creation. There are many ways that AI is being utilized in different businesses. And again, it is on the rise. It is used for customer experience, to make sure that the customer collects the data to ensure that customer experience is to pleasing, to continue to have continued turnover rate, come back rate, right? For businesses. So again, more and more businesses are beginning to utilize AI in at least one capacity or another. And again, those numbers are in the steady incline. So employers are expecting and requiring employees to have working knowledge of how to use AI, its tools and processes. So it's either you upskill and learn these skills and things, or you will be looked over for jobs and promotions. But by learning a few terms, processes, and practices, you can make yourself more valuable in the job market and secure the career of your dreams. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first subject that I will talk about is AI literacy. This means having the ability to understand the basics of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and their applications. It encompasses knowledge of how AI systems work and their limitations. Now, we expect that there are people who will utilize the technology in nefarious ways, but if utilized right and with ethics behind it, boosting it up, AI can be a very wondrous tool for many industries, from healthcare to customer service. Now, an example of AI literacy is, for example, using the recommendation system like Netflix or Spotify to discover new content. Many platforms utilize AI algorithms to analyze user preferences and suggest personalized recommendations. Again, this speaks to the customer experience. I don't want to be given suggestions for, let's say, subjects that I'm not interested in. I'll just I'll just say that I want content that I can relate to and that I want to watch and enjoy. And so by the data that is collected, it will do that for me. Now, how do you obtain this skill? Through online courses and tutorials. There are places like Coursera, Udemy, and what I did, I took lessons from a private coach to become certified as a prompt engineer, of which I still have lifetime access to and have continuous learning because this technology is always updating, and it is good to continue to learn the technology through books and articles. As I stated, I wrote a book about natural language processing, or how to talk to the machines, to AI learning, machine learning, and it is called Black, the Ultimate Guide to Dynamic Prompts, BLAQ. It is clear and accessible. And through AI workshops and conferences, these sorts of things are going on all the time. And I too search for through LinkedIn, through X, through Facebook, through just online, and even create my own workshops, such as this one, where I would like to spread the word to people who may not have access to this information. And that will make a play very shortly. The next subject is data analysis and visualizations. Excuse me. This means that this involves collecting, cleaning, transforming, and interpreting data to uncover insights and trends. This is in my opinion, one of the most valuable of the skills. Data collection is how they are increasing the customer experience by, again, what you buy, what time of day you purchase, how you purchase, if you online or go in the store. All of this information is collected. All of this information is collected and utilized to help you have a better customer experience. Now, some examples of this. A data analyst might use a bar chart to compare sales figures across different product categories, or a line chart to track website traffic over time. Again, data collection is how your customer experience is being shaped and molded over time. Now, how can you obtain this skill? By statistical software such as Python, R, and others, through data visualization tools such as Tableau, Power BI, which is business intelligence, and Plotly, and other online courses. You can find many YouTube courses, again, LinkedIn. There are many different ways to gain and garner this particular skill. Now, how would you document that skill on your resume, right? You would say, conducted in-depth data analysis using Python and R to identify key trends and insights, or developed interactive data visualizations with Tableau and Power BI to communicate findings effectively to stakeholders. Hello, I see we have someone has joined us. Is that Itzel? Hello? Okay. And you can also say, utilize statistical techniques to draw meaningful conclusions from data. So this is the way to document this particular data analysis and visualization. The next skill is machine learning algorithms. What is this? This enables you to compute this machine learning algorithms enable computers to learn from data without explicit programming. They identify patterns and make predictions or decisions based on the input data. So the way that you speak to the machine, the AI, the chat GPT, the Bard, the Google is will then in turn teach the machine what output you want from it. If you put in clear and concise instructions, you will get clear and concise output. If you put in angry terms, bad words, low value content words, then that's what you will, the output you will receive. Okay, some examples are recommendation systems on an e-commerce website using ML algorithms to suggest products to customers based on their browsing history. There again, your data is collected on how you shop, where you shop, when you shop, what you like, the sizes, how big, how small. Every part of how you shop or how you browse the web or how you utilize your technology is recorded and thusly used to give you a better customer experience. Now, how do you obtain this skill? Through programming languages like Python or R, machine learning frameworks such as TensorFlow, PyTorch, or Scikit-learn, or through online courses. Again, some of these things can be free and some may cost a few dollars, but it's worth the investment to learn these skills. Now, how would you document this skill on your, resume? You would say, implemented various machine learning algorithms to solve classification and regression problems. You could say trained and optimized models using techniques like hyperparameter tuning and feature engineering, or evaluated model performance using appropriate metrics. The next skill is natural language processing. Again, this is the field of AI that focuses on the interaction between computers and human language. Okay, it involves tasks like text classification, sentiment analysis, and machine translation. Examples would be chatbots that use natural language processing techniques to understand and respond to user queries in natural language. So that means it wouldn't use zeros and ones or complex coding to give you and generate your output. It would speak to you the way that you speak, the way that a human would speak. So how do you obtain this skill? Again, through Python, which is a coding language, NLP libraries such as NLTK, Spacey, Hugging Face Transformers, and again, through online courses. You can also get a mentor, learn from someone else. There are many ways to achieve these skills. Now, how would you document that on your resume? You could say implemented text processing techniques to prepare text data for analysis, or utilized advanced NLP techniques like word embeddings and attention mechanisms to improve model performance. Okay. Ethical AI. These are basically the governance and the law of how AI is utilized. And it is concerned with developing and using AI technologies responsibly and fairly. It involves considering issues like bias, privacy, and transparency. Examples would be ensuring that an AI-powered hiring algorithm does not discriminate against certain groups of people. It is very important that minorities and the underserved in our community have a voice in this, or the voice will be given from someone else. So making sure that everyone has access to these technologies is paramount. In fact, according to the AI Policies and Practices Toolkit, ensuring equitable access to AI technologies is crucial for fostering an inclusive learning environment. So our college is working hard to make sure that we are receiving the AI technologies we need to stay on par with the rest of the world. Because indeed, the globe is collaborating to lay down a more uniform foundation in governments, transparency, and ethical usage. So the more we know about how to utilize these skills and what they mean will help set us up for great careers. Now, how would you document that? How would you document that on your resume, let's say? You could say, considered ethical implications of AI development and deployment, including bias, fairness, and privacy. You could say, implemented measures to mitigate bias in AI models and ensure transparency in decision-making processes. Or you could say, stayed up to date with the latest developments in AI ethics and responsible AI practices. That's a very good one. I will be using that one on my resume for sure. The next skill, AI development and deployment. Now, as I stated in my introduction, I am a certified prompt engineer, and I have created well over 100 chatbots, tools, conversations, prompt apps, so many different things. I really did my best to try to learn how to, again, I'm not classically trained, so I use a lot of no code apps to create and deploy tools and things like that. So AI development and deployment involves building, testing, and deploying AI models into production. Okay, I should be a millionaire. I should be a millionaire. But it involves tasks like data prep, model training, and infrastructure set up. So I have created, while I don't know the matrix, the back part, how to do all of that, I can say I want to create an app that can take the ingredients that I have in my refrigerator and create me a delicious sandwich. I can do that. So examples of this is developing specialized tools, testing it, and then deploying it onto a cloud platform. And you obtain the skills again by learning Python, which is coding software, AWS, GCP, and Azure. I intend to obtain my certification with AWS, as well as the Google cloud platform certifications. I intend to do that within the next year, okay, or even within the next 6 months. ML frameworks, TensorFlow, PyTorch, or scikit-learning, okay? And how you would document that on your resume, or just how you would document that is built and deployed AI models into production using cloud platforms, or managed the entire AI development lifecycle from data collection and pre-processing to model training and deployment. Yes, sounds good to me. Our next skill, and here we are, AI tools and platforms. So they provide pre-built tools and infrastructure to accelerate AI deployment. They offer services like cloud computing, multi-language machine language APIs, and data labeling tools. In healthcare, one of the ways that AI is being utilized is, let's say, finding a photo of a particular operation. And what it does is much like the accessibility tool, is it explains everything that is going on in that picture. That is a very valuable tool. I even hope to be a part of creating the tool that will aid in how medical billing and coding is done, because that is so exciting to me. The new codes that are coming out that utilize in which the AI codes are being built real time into our healthcare system. Okay, so some examples would be, as I just stated, using them in healthcare, in customer service, many different ways, using Google Cloud platforms, machine learning to build custom machine learning models without extensive coding. I am not classically trained, but I can say I know what I want. I can put these together and create a chatbot and create a tool that can help me find a movie, that can help me build a script, that can help me do anything that I want to do. How do you obtain this skill? Hands-on experimenting. online documentations, community forums, engaging with other people who have the similar interests. These are all many different ways. One app that I used again to create prompt apps was called cprompt.ai. It's no longer in service, and I'm not quite sure why. I've been trying to reach out to the owner, but he wrote an article about me because I was his first customer. And again, I was the top app builder for the C prompt app build. I was the top app builder. I really, really enjoy this stuff. And so I'm going to make sure that I'm able to utilize it in my career when it's my turn to. So the ways to document: proficiency in using various AI tools and platforms, including TensorFlow, PyTorch, Scikit-learn, and Google Cloud AI Platform. Utilize cloud-based AI services to accelerate AI deployment. Things like that, terminology like that. Isn't that good? Now we just have a few more to go. And then I will open up the chat and we can chat about a few things. If you have some questions, hold on to them. We're almost ready. So our next skill is AI problem solving, okay? This involves applying AI techniques to solve real-world problems. It requires understanding the problem, selecting appropriate AI algorithms, and evaluating the solution, i.e., AI coding and healthcare coding. So the reason why there are not, they have not really officially opened up for the medical billing and coding is because it's missing something. It's missing a command. It's missing a human element. It's missing the having the difference between making sure the terminology is just right. And again, I hope to be a part of it when it comes to fruition. I really do, because that is really exciting. So how do you obtain this skill? Practical experience. It's just going to come with seeing a need and filling the need, mentorship, talking with your contemporaries to find out how they think about it. And as you see on the picture, that the puzzle pieces, a piece from your mind, a piece from their mind, and a piece from someone else's mind could put it all together. And through online communities. Now, how do you document that? Successfully applied AI techniques to solve complex real-world problems such as customer churn prediction, fraud detection, and recommendation systems, or demonstrated strong problem-solving skills and ability to break down complex problems into smaller, manageable tasks, or collaborated with cross-functional teams to identify and address AI-related challenges. That one is fairly efficient as well. So our last skill is AI business applications. Here you explore how AI can be used to improve business operations and decision-making, which again is one of the reasons why AI in business is on the rise significantly. It involves identifying opportunities, developing AI solutions, and measuring their impact. So examples: using AI to track customer experience, automate customer service tasks, or optimize supply chain logistics. The return on investment is important to many businesses and its bottom lines, because that means more money for the business. And that means also it can hire more people. So having these skills, having these soft skills can help you to not only if you want to go into your own business while you're waiting, learning these skills will help to build up other businesses as well. So, how to obtain this skill? Business acumen. You have to understand business processes and their challenges. One of my um, one of my challenges this past summer at the National Leadership Conference was emerging business issues and the lack of quality workers, quality employees was sometimes due to lack of knowledge that they maybe lacked a little bit of knowledge that they needed to be that employee that will boost the company. So, by understanding how the business works, understanding how we can use AI to gain those answers, we can make ourselves more valuable. So, AI literacy and knowledge and growing case studies. So, again, um, in my article here, the case studies are tremendous that businesses are leveraging AI for product recommendations, accounting, supply chain operations, recruitment and talent sourcing, and audience segmentation. And these numbers are on the rise. So, how would you document that? Developed and implemented AI powered solutions to improve business efficiency and decision making. If another company sees that you're making their rival company grow, there might be a power struggle for you. I like that. I'd like a company or two fighting over me because what I know. Collaborated with business stakeholders to understand their needs and translate them into actionable AI solutions, or measured the impact of AI initiatives on business performance and provided insights to drive strategic decisions. And all of this is in real time. All of this is real time information. And we can all gain these skills real time. Okay. All right. Okay, we are still recording. So I'm gonna unmute. Everyone can unmute. If you can unmute, you can unmute and speak to me if you have any questions. I'd really like to hear your input. Hi, Mikey. Oh, okay. I thought it was me over here. It could be me too. I thank everyone for coming. Do you have any questions?
Like test 1, 2.
Oh, hello, Mikey.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, no, no problem. I really enjoyed a great presentation, by the way.
Thank you. Let's see. I
I'm still
gotta,
contextualizing some questions here, but I'm just making sure the microphone is all.
there's Excel.
Bell,
Okay.
bell, bell, bell.
That might even be me.
It's having some feedback issues.
That was some feedback.
Yeah, there's
Let me try this.
I think it's going for itself.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Mhm.
So yeah, like I said, there's I uh, especially with my training that I'm going through now with medicine, it is going to be very exciting to see how AI is being used in real time in the workforce. I was just the teacher instructor told us last week that they have just acquired that what do you call it? It's the machine where it oh, what is that thing called?
I could probably name it for you if you describe it.
So it's a it's a glass. What oh, why can't I think of the name of it? And I had it in my book bag, but I think I moved it when I was putting my stuff. But anyway, this piece of equipment shows every system of the body individually. Like it's a life-size piece of equipment
Ah,
that basically shows every level of the body.
are you talking about an MRI?
Not the MRI. It's a you know, there are some restaurants that you go to where the menu and everything is like right in the table.
Yep.
It's like that. It's a table, but it,
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
yes, and I will get to utilize that. I'm so excited.
Mhm. So, uh, it looks like Hitzel has a question.
Perfect. So using AI in the business aspect, would we have to train it to process certain information in the way we want? Would it be for other applications as well? We have to, you know, people ask or they have the concern that AI is going to take my job. No, the person that knows how to use AI is going to take your job. So by learning how to formulate your language or learning how to the natural language process, right? How to speak to the machine, it will learn how you ask questions, training it with data, either data that you've collected or by data uh, from the web, excuse me, or however you collect your data in order for it to give you the output that you're looking for. Is that what you're asking, Estelle?
Well, while she waits for that, um, hmm,
Like the more you communicate with it, the more it can then I do not have a question. However, I have a comment on how I have been interested in technology. So it is great to see other perspectives on how AI can be utilized beyond the computer science perspective. Yes, thank you very much for that input, and that's very true. Again, um, it's going to become closer to 100% of businesses that utilize or adopt AI in one of its processes or products in the next 5 years
yeah.
is how fast it's growing. So it would behoove you not to learn how to use AI. Yeah.
What are what are some common challenges in implementing AI and how can they be overcome?
Trial and error, trial
Feedback.
and error. You know, not everything is going to work straight out the gate.
Mm.
There's going to be some collateral damage somewhere, but through trial and error, it's the same with how the medical coding works. Um, there are certain processes that have not always been used. So the more that those processes were being used, the more the um, code was being used, then that code became canon.
Mhm.
So the more that we use it and ethically use it in the right way, the better it can be. This is why it is very much important why minorities, women, um, men, underserved, underprivileged individuals must learn this technology.
Yeah. Other than some of the common like AI tools like ChatGPT, is there any other resources like other tools similar to AI that you would suggest or recommend?
So, yes, so like I was saying, I intend to become certified with the Amazon Web Services, that's the AWS, as well as I may do all three, the GCP, which is the Google Cloud process, and then also Azure, which is the Microsoft
Yep.
um, one as well.
Nice. Well, those are some of the questions that I had.
Yeah. The more we know, the more valuable you'll become, is my way of looking at it. And by doing these sort of interactions, by having more conferences, workshops, I want to be able to do more around AI,
Yeah.
and how, the students will, and in fact, I'm a part of the test group that is testing out some new AI tools that hopefully in the near future will be also implemented in this, that the students will be able to use. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I can confirm that Dr. Bolton in his recent meeting with all of staff and yeah, staff and faculty, they mentioned utilizing AI as part of the school system, as part of the Pikes Peak school system. Mostly from the mindset of like you can't really defeat, or you can try as much as you can, but this is such an ongoing technology. It's better to work with it and figure out its capabilities instead of trying to work against it because it's such a growing tool.
Right. I absolutely agree. It's not going anywhere and
Okay.
it's
Already.
fast growing.
Mhm. And just within like this year, um, like when AI was first introduced, especially when it came to imaging AI, it it started off as like this thing where you see unrealistic pictures, like it looks uncanny almost, to now where it's like you can't differentiate what's real or what's fake. It's a scary thought, but it's some of it just shows like the improvements that AI has been going on from this on like quick amount of time.
It's true. And, you know, I had, I thought about it like this as well. We're all um, in, how would I say the word? None of us created a flower, and yet we can, even if you don't know how to draw like Rembrandt or whatever, you know how to draw a flower,
Yep.
but we didn't invent a flower, right? That's something that just naturally is. So that's how I feel about AI. Like it, I don't feel that by saying I want to create um, a script that is similar to 48 Hours, right? Or Beverly Hills Cop. And I use those references because that's all that I watched this weekend was
Mm.
Eddie Murphy movies. But there's no new thing under the sun. We're all kind of fabricating from something in nature. So for people to be like, you stole my idea. No, you built upon an already established idea. You just added your flavor to it.
Hmm.
That's kind of how I see it. Like, it's now again, I do not condone plagiarism. That's word for wordism,
Yep.
right? But a story is a story.
Yeah.
It's just you, Mikey. You got your point of view. Itzel has her point of view. Angel has their point. You know what I mean? We all just have our own different point of views, but it's still a story.
Yeah.
That's AI. Yeah.
Definitely.
Anything else? Anyone else? We got a whole hour to fill, or we can wrap it up at 2 o'clock, or however. I'm here for another hour still. I still have another hour. Is there anything you wanted me to go back over, or I liked that I was able to generate those ways of documenting the skills on resumes. And I, again, full transparency, I used AI to do that, to say, you are an HR manager. How would you word these skills that you're looking for in an
Yeah.
employee, right? So that's another way that businesses are um, using these tools and AI in their businesses. Mhm.
I would say I could follow up with the use of AI when it comes to training, like kind of what it sells or asks. Um, yeah, train the like every single AI only like learns as much as what you give it. And for example, ChatGPT 3, which is the older version now, only had information that was limited to 2021.
Right.
And now there's ChatGPT 4 and IO, which has current access to the internet and actually actively search.
Yes.
And I'm kind of straying away, but the original question of can you use AI to train what you do? Yes, yes. You can also explicitly say to use the information that's given and not use any outside sources so it remains credible.
Right. And then with let's say Bard, it also gives you where it gets its information from. So it cites real time as well. I like that as well.
Mhm.
That it doesn't just how it did it, how ChatGPT did at first, just kind of gives you some information with no citing where did it come from. So Bard, I've been using um, Bard because it gives me um, where it gets the information from, and then I can go and research and look up and pull articles and things like that from the research
Mhm.
and feed it back. Like,
Mhm.
okay, so now that you've given me this, now I need this.
Yeah. Well, Michelle, I just wanted to let you know that thank you for a great presentation, but I also do have a class in 5 minutes, so I won't be able to stay throughout the duration, unfortunately.
I appreciate you stopping in, Mikey. Thank you so much. You have been a great help to me as well. I really do appreciate you. Can't wait to see you. I'll see you later this week.
I'll see you later. I'll be wearing a costume most likely on Wednesday and also definitely Thursday. So if you
Well,
want to,
Thursday I'm not on campus on Thursday. I'm at chess
oh,
on
okay, all right.
Thursday. So I'll be dressed as an MA.
There you go. All right, take care. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate everyone that stopped in. Y'all be safe and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you.